All right. This is Watch Where You Step. Welcome to the regular. But we're heading around the lake. This is going to be some good lighting. This place is not crowded. It was a day. So I wanted to do an early session.
You're gonna have to.
Unfortunately,
You're gonna have to speak up some.
oh,
Can't
so
can't hear you.
hold on. I'm in the elevator.
The elevator is usually a metal coffin for the signal, so he may be back in a moment, ladies and gentlemen. But until then,
Oh, we
hi.
reconnected.
How are you? My name is Scott B. Smith. I
No.
am one
Yeah.
of the guests here on Wesley's travel log. Oh, here he's back.
Oh, were you in this? Right.
Yeah, the elevator cut off your signal, so
It does that. Yeah. Well, now
it
that we're
does. I was
recording.
telling
Oh,
the
go ahead.
people about it.
Oh, yeah, it's easy to cut stuff like that out now. Since we're recording instead of doing it live. So
Oh, lost you
don't worry
again.
about stuff like that anymore. Want to wait for me? That's fine. Or explain it. That's also good. Anyway, yeah, it's is it a travel log? It's more like a journal. I guess that I travel a lot, so it turns out just a way for me to update people back home. Show you guys. Mostly it's for you and Erica stuff, and I just because it's cool. We're sitting on the internet. That's what we're doing. This
Okay.
morning, this morning we're gonna walk around the lake. I think the lighting's good. I think it looks cool. Even just right now, I'm wanting to turn the camera around so I can see the street that I live on the early morning. So hold on a second. Let's do that.
Well, that's good.
So yeah, that's pretty good. But we have ran into a couple of problems, and we could probably talk about that today too, just to acknowledge it.
All right.
This place that I'm pointing at right now is a pho place, and it is so popular that you can see how much space. I mean, every place will have sidewalk seating. This place goes out into the street, and they make use of the fact that they block off the street with the weekend. It's extremely popular. You guys have seen it plenty. Linger there. I'm just always amazed at how popular it is. Oh, it's good there. It's a good reason. I hope the lighting. If part of this was doing this, the reason for doing this was how cool the lighting is, and this time of year it's often misty, and we're getting a good morning. We may actually get a little rain before the stream. If it lasts for 2 hours. That is one of the things that has um, been an issue with the software that we're using. Is that it can't seem to last the full 2 hours before it starts cutting out. I don't know if that's the amount of time or luck or oh, my noodle place be open. Yeah, she is. This is the only place that's open early and really good. I'm out of time. Ready? When is the wait? Think out. Not really. Just
What did they
work
say?
harder on learning some Vietnamese. They're still making it, so I should go ahead and sit down. Well, maybe I should get the three behind me. I want to stop and have noodles. Be our first stop today. So that'll be our first thing is to adjust the software. You've had some experience of it so far. What do you think? You did StreamYard for a long time.
This is fine. It's fine with me. I mean, I don't know how it is on your end as far as putting it together later and stuff.
Well, the sound problem, it can do some really great stuff, and then it lags in some areas. The sound problem, I'm going to blame on my my equipment. I think it's the connection, and I got a connector coming. It's just not getting here till today, so didn't make it for this one, but we'll try it later on. Improve equipment.
Erica's here.
Hi.
Oh yeah, I saw the division on the screen, and it didn't even dawn on me that something had changed. How you doing this morning?
Good, good. I've got all of the animals tamed and snacked up, so everybody's quiet now.
Pain and snap. I had turned the camera around to face me so we can chat, but it didn't occur to me it's not meant to be a food episode, but I got it. We're going out early this morning. So, would you guys like to, when the food comes, should I turn the camera back around for what I'm eating?
Oh yeah, I always like to watch food. Okay, so
Watch.
like we're at the fall back now, so now it is 6 a.m. So now we're exactly flip flop from you.
Oh, that is a lot. So I like that. So,
Hmm.
please leave it like
We don't have any control over that.
I know, but I do like how they said, "Oh yeah, Congress is right on top of that," and I'm like, sure, I'm sure that that's something that'll get done. They can't even get that done.
that's like 100-year-old rule. But they're not on top of it. I mean, not that it is America's most pressing issue. It's not, but
No, but I'm saying like the simplest, stupidest thing that everybody could get behind, they still ain't gonna fix it. They're like, yeah, screw yes.
That's not making me any money.
Mm-hmm.
well, it's making a lot of people money. Say like it is. It wastes energy now. Is originally saving because when air conditioning was invented, it immediately can't waste it. I am glad to be in a place where they tend to do that. China just do it. It's sensible people on the side. Anyway, so yeah, so that's coming later, and hopefully the connector. I mean, talking about coming later today. So we'll try it next time to see if that solves the sound. I think it started the time. This is why I think it's sick with me. I'm pretty sure. Um, it started the time we went to the market, and I knocked the whole contraption off the counter where we were eating and onto the ground, and it jerked the cord. And after that, since that, sound never quite been right. So that's coming later.
So
But they
you need
just
like a new cord or not
just
like anything.
just the connector. These have a what do they call it, 3.5 millimeter plug-in, and of course the phone has a
Mm-hmm.
USB. They don't put those on phones anymore, so I had to get a connector for the two, and it worked fine for a long time. But the connector also allows me to charge it at the same time, plug into a battery, because the battery would never last as long as that's fine.
Yeah, I haven't
But
seen a 3.5 millimeter plug for anything for a long time.
I'm assuming
But I also
that
don't have
is the
recording
same
equipment
reason.
and cameras and shit.
Yeah. Well, I think I've got one on my computer, which is a little unusual, but I like it because it's another option. But yeah, they don't put them on there anymore. It's really stupid. For a long time, they had a USB plug and for charging and a 3.5 for your headphones. And then they decided everything should be USB, but you have more than one thing to plug in. They only put one thing on the phone now. So you can't charge and listen at the same time. I think they were trying to sell earbuds. I don't really like those. They're useful in sometimes. Well, they ran out of battery too. You can't just sit and listen. And, you have to. It's another thing you have to worry about. Oh, is it plugged in? They they like them because they're more. The other thing I hate about those stupid things is they want to put the controls on the ear stick, but if you just have to adjust them or push them back in, you're getting play and volume up and all sorts of weird shit. You're like, just fucking knock it off. I'm trying to get the things in my ear. I don't want those controls on those stupid earbuds.
Right. Also, I like to have a display or something that's easy for me because I'm an 80s kid. So I'm like, do I have to? I don't want to have to sit there and click and go, wait, is this the volume? You know what I'm talking about? Because that's also why I didn't like MP3 players when they came out, like the little cheap, shitty ones that are little, they don't have a display. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? This tells me nothing. I don't want to like
But
keep clicking.
I hope
Okay,
that
so how much is that connector? Because we need to get you one.
60,000.
Do what?
60,000.
$1 million.
It's 60,000. So it's just over $2. I ordered it last week.
Oh my God, that's cheap.
Today. Yeah. I actually was waiting because I couldn't remember how much it cost. ooh, I don't know if I should order it short on cash. And then when I finally went to order it, it was $2. I could have ordered it earlier, but when I got paid last week, I ordered it. This did come before today's stuff. Obviously, it's not going to come today. But yeah, but it should be here later today. And my classes today are online, so not that that's a issue for you guys. But sometimes I miss deliveries if I'm out of class. I love to do it on the weekend. Sunday classes are online now. Actually, I got a call yet last night from the school, the only school I still work for, saying she wanted me to work this morning, and I was like, "No, I make exactly the same amount of money sitting at home and doing my tutoring lessons. Builds my own business as I do driving halfway across town or riding the bus across town to do their class. And I want to disassociate from them as much as possible anyway. But hopefully that will not fix not just the scratching noise, but the fact that you guys don't hear me very.
Yes, I imagine those two things are related.
And the other problem that we've been having is the thing cutting out. It goes for about 2 hours, so it's not terrible, but StreamYard used to go for 8 hours. And would have kept going probably. All right. Move the camera, let me do it on the screen.
So is this being broadcast anywhere? Current, like live? Is it on YouTube or
No.
something? No? Oh, okay.
We record it, and then I edit it, and then I put it on my little YouTube channel. You want me to share that with you so you can watch these? This is a different channel, too. This was, the Chinese name email address that I was using, or that I do use?
Yeah.
So I just took the automatic personal channel with that and made it into the one that comes by default from having an account, and made it into a channel.
If you've sent me a channel, I mean, I've subscribed to it. That's not.
Oh yeah, wait. I am not. I don't wait because on our thing it's on Discord, right? I don't know why I don't see that channel. I only see when I click on the little thing. Now it could be the user issue because I do be behind on these things, but I see all of our other stuff. Like I can see the only people I have on there is you, Scott, the kids, and Santana's friend in the Philippines, Gab, and then it says perpetual tourist. That's the only ones I have.
You show up on the list on the one I've been sending the info on.
Yeah,
That
I'm
doesn't
not
mean you're
getting
getting
something.
it.
I don't understand why. I need to look at that too and figure out why I can't see the shit.
Yeah, let's definitely figure that out. All right, can you see the food? Unfortunately, you're on my right side again. I'm going to try to be more careful with my hand because last time our video was storing my hand and not much else. I was doing this the whole time. I'm sure it has on me. Put too much spice. Cut. Said before that you're a person who likes too much spice. No amount is too much. Is that right?
In theory, as I have gotten older, my stomach has started to really make me pay for that. But I like eating it. Yes.
I remember the first time I ate something so spicy because it was spicy when it came out.
How do you know that?
Those whole felt spicy.
Oh, okay. I was afraid you'd taste it. That's.
No, I did not. No, that was not what I meant to imply. But it can burn on the way out. I didn't know that until I was in Utah, in Salt Lake City. Interestingly, they have a large immigrant community there. I mean, the people are normal size, but there are many immigrants there. There's some kind of a staging area. I don't know what you call it for refugees. Like they're one of the cities that get refugees. So they have a lot of immigrants. And I mean, they just have regular American history too, which is a lot of people came from other places. But in the 20th century, more recently. And one of the places I ate was a Nepalese restaurant. know why people were coming from Nepal, but their food is very spicy. It's where they eat there. I don't know. If you ever get the
That
chance to
hasn't
try Nepal,
that hasn't happened to me that I can think of, but at my last office job, the guys back in tech support, two guys that work back there, were really into like very hot spices. Like you would put an amount of spice with a toothpick onto your piece of pizza and onto your bite that you're going to take a pizza, and that was it. And that was a lot. So yeah, it was great. I always like that stuff.
so would you say that since you're aging, as we all are, and you're having body changes, do you still go after spicy food, or do you avoid it?
No, I still eat it, but I shouldn't probably, but I do.
I
I
mean,
mean, it's
I have
bad.
a gut disease and I still eat it because I'm an idiot. No, no, seriously.
Oh, wow.
No, it's because it really doesn't bother me as much as like raw vegetables will attack my gut before heavy spice does.
But
Yeah, it's just because of the way it processes it. You know what I mean? Like it might give me a little bit of heartburn or something if it's something really spicy. Um but if it's I would end up in the hospital after eating like raw spinach or lettuce before I would like some a bunch of spiced up meats and salsa and stuff like that, cuz I think I would be upset if I couldn't have my spices.
Well, and
Yeah, I'm not saying it doesn't cause an issue though. I'm sure
mine is more
it's
heartburn, which also comes from just drinking cokes with the citric acid and all that stuff. So it's not just one thing. I realize, but
you fit in well and shape. I can't believe it's not I feel so much. I don't understand it. Nobody
I remember because I was thinking about because everywhere I have to think about if I'm ever going to go anywhere, where the bathrooms are, the nearest medical treatment, and make sure that there's nothing raw that's going to be on a plate. Like nothing. I can eat raw fruits because they're more soluble fiber, and I can have insoluble fiber, but it has to be paired with soluble fiber and lots of fluids. There's a balance there, but yeah. But yeah, oh, I also ended up having a kidney stone because for a while there, I mean, this is years ago, I was eating a lot of spinach salads. Like, I mean, I was only like 135, 140 pounds. And it was like when I was like, man, I'm really healthy. I look really good. This is doing great. And then I was like, God, what is that pain? What is happening? Yep, it's from the oxalate in the freaking spinach that is not cooked. And I was eating it like, a few times a week and drinking iced tea. It was unsweet tea, but it was still tea. So all of that has oxalate in it. It was a good little recipe for kidney stones.
not good.
Which it also was tearing up my gut because of the ulcerative colitis, which I didn't know existed at that point. I just thought it was IBS. And it's
Right.
like, no, we got to amp that up a little bit.
We're gonna pick it up.
But yeah, I remember you showing all the greens and everything over there was, and I've noticed that everywhere you've been, except for on like banh mi, where they have little bits of greens and stuff like that, which I don't think that would attack
Yeah.
me as much as having like, a big bowl of greens and lettuce. It's not like I'm heartbroken that I can't eat a raw salad. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, okay. If anything, that if someone told me I couldn't eat like chicken or beef later, then I'd be upset about that. Onions. And I do remember that a lot of people were like, "Oh yeah, we've had a really good luck at managing our ulcerative colitis or Crohn's by avoiding nightshades." Okay, nightshades are potatoes and tomatoes and eggplant and
Yeah.
things like that. I'm never giving that up. I hate it
Oh.
for anybody, but that ain't going away.
Well, I should say there are some exceptions. In Vietnam, it's common to have fresh chopped greens served alongside your noodle dish. Different
That's
food
what I was
dishes.
saying. That's because I remember everywhere you've been over there, the banh mi or like everything you've ever eaten over there, you always had some plate of something green, but it's just a little one. It's just,
And
they're
most
not
people
putting
eat.
something in front of you. Yeah, it's a nice little suggestion. It's something I would
Mhm.
look at and go, well, that looks pretty.
mean, I will probably eat a couple of chopstick pulls here after I'm finished because you can put it in the broth and get more broth flavor delivered after you finish eating. I like that. I think that's what it's for. But I certainly don't eat the whole thing. I gotta say, guys, this is one of my favorites. It's probably partially because it's close to my apartment because I like for things to be easy, but it's also just. Then I've put this place on camera so many times that I shouldn't go through and talk about food. But our goal, our point this morning is to walk around the lake and get some cool stuff. Let me forget to pay. We're also taking a leisurely walk. I do this walk for exercise in the evenings, sometimes every day. Um, and then it only takes about an hour. Longer than that. But even if it's too early, like go in and you'll go by. Yeah. Chad, I wish I could about it. Why do we do this? Let's introduce these videos at the beginning.
How did we do what?
How should we introduce these videos?
Oh, I don't know. We haven't been.
And no, we really haven't. I give about
I,
2 seconds of explanation, but it's not. I'm sure anyone would be confused.
Be
Is it
like,
really?
hey, this is coffee talk.
You guys want me to send you the link to this channel? I mean, I don't have to. I must be quiet again. You guys can't hear me.
I can hear you. We're just watching you eat your num-nums.
yeah, I just don't have anything important to say, I guess.
Most of the wet noodle dishes, wet noodle,
Oh, womp
taste
womp.
is all in the broth, and that's why you want this. The noodles actually are just a broth flavor delivery system. I'm hoping it's 40. That's what my memory says, which is not trustworthy. Cash out now. Don't struggle with it. I might have to break something big. 500,000 note is something like about in value about like a 20, and I hate to break a 20. Like my mother always used to say, when I asked her why she didn't want to break a 20, she's like, as soon as you break it, it's gone. So I thought she was crazy, and it's totally true.
That seems like something that would be a great little movie or television show dialogue. Just a little extra thing there.
Set it on the ground. Set it on the ground. Okay, come in. Okay, here we're gonna do a traveler humble brag. My wallet has all these different pockets, and every one of them has a different kind of currency in it, so I can try to keep up with it. It's mainly because of the Visa runs, though. But finally got rid of that darned old American currency. Had it exchanged. I went and looked on the internet for advice on money in Laos because the first couple of times I went, I had not realized they were going through a currency crisis. I just got it converted into Lao currency. And when I looked on the internet to see what to do with the right answer, of course, people were advising, get your money in U.S. dollars. That's the way to go. And I was like, okay, I'll do that. And then I got there, and of course, nobody accepts U.S. dollars because it's Laos. And I was like, well, this is pointless. And then I had to come back and get it reconverted when I got back. I was like, oh, that's annoying. But I actually made some money off of it, strangely. The US dollar went up a pretty substantial amount in the time it took me to get there and then come back and wait a couple of weeks and then go back and convert. This is our
That's
temple.
neat.
Making money or the temple?
Oh, making money. I mean, temple's
yeah,
cool
making
too.
money is neat. This lake and island have tons of temples all around it. That's our one for the island. Musa, I think, is the name of the temple. It's also the name of the street. This is the street that's Nguxa.
Okay.
This is the super busy nighttime dining street. It's popular enough, it has become a tourist thing that tour companies that do city tours in Hanoi will bring tourists here in pretty large numbers. And it's very popular with locals as well. Not for breakfast, though. Did I show you guys the latest chain of convenience stores?
No.
them. They're all over Hanoi now. It's a Korean company.
So is it like little 7-Elevens or something?
Yeah, it's just a convenience store. Although it says lifestyle platform on the side, it's just the same as a Circle K. Nothing like a pretentious convenience store. Yeah, so one thing I like about the software is it makes it really easy to stitch together our different little takes, because we have to stop occasionally. Makes it really easy to use AI to cut out the dead air and I don't know, when we go off on, we would talk about something that's technical instead of on topic. It'll find that stuff and remove it. Yeah, and I'm like, well, we're always off topic, but it's only if I'm saying stuff like, it's hard to plug in the cord. Look, the phone's almost out of battery, or something like that. It'll find that stuff and just jerk it out of the video.
Stupid AI.
I mean, I think it's doing a pretty good job.
No, I'm just kidding. There are certainly things that AI are good at, and I have no issue with turning those over to AI. Like what you just said, and
it's really like a user or a corporate issue is the thing about the other parts of it. AI can be useful as hell, but it can be, used in a negative way by shitty people.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah.
So
sure.
but that's like with anything. So
it is. I mean, when you've got like people will update old art, like if you've just got scans of the old art, right, and it's in a low pixel quality because that's what they had of the scanners at the time, you can go in and update it and upgrade the pixel count and the resolution and stuff with AI really quickly compared to doing it by hand. And that's, to me, that's valuable because you're saving a piece of art, whatever it might be, even if it's a corporate piece, it's something valuable, and it's not, well, I mean, even if it's something for advertising, I mean, you might say something like a movie poster. I mean, that's technically for advertising, but some of the movie posters, like Drew Struzan, who recently passed, like his movie posters are iconic and I think works of art.
Yeah.
Eventually they may need to be,
destroyed.
Updated. No, not
updated.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. But I think that's the kind of stuff. Going out and generating art to try to sell or to use to sell is not cool with AI.
Not cool, man. Not cool.
Well, because it's just scraping together, it's just gluing together pieces of things made by real humans that they should get credit for.
Right, and stealing their art. Now, I have seen good use of it in these groups where they'll call it Photoshop that, but people are upfront about saying, hey, I used AI to do this, but there'll be somebody like, this is my mom. She died 5 years ago. Can you put us in a picture together? Right? And they'll use that. I think that is lovely. And it's also, like, I don't know why I subject myself to that page, but it is beautiful, though, too. You do see, but it is freaking sad that people post their dead babies a lot on there, too, by the way.
Oh, gosh.
Like stillborn babies, but nobody polices them on there and says, oh, you should give a trigger warning, because these people need to work that shit out. And if that's the platform they take to do it, good, because I feel horrible for them. But these people zhuzh up the babies. They're like, can you just make her not purple? Things like that. That's what they're using AI for, and I like that. Okay, you know what I mean? It's just like if someone said, look at my original art, and they've like totally obviously stolen a bit of Van Gogh and then somebody's anime, you know what I mean, and then splashed it together. It's like, no, it's not. That's not
anime.
Or if they stole Van Gogh's unreleased anime.
Yeah, that's terrible. It's so disrespectful to Japanese Van Gogh.
Like the whole opening with Van Gogh and like bright colors and swirls and shit, and him like tumbling around in a shonen style art. God.
No, that kind of stuff, because you could do that kind of stuff in Photoshop by hand. I've done it. We had a module back at Learning Labs where we taught kids how to do that kind of like digital photo. It's basically like digital photo restoration and digital image editing and stuff like that. We taught them how to do that. You can do that by hand, but if you can use the AI to basically automate that, that's something that's not really, I mean, it's just busy work, kind of. I don't know that it takes a lot of creativity or I mean, the expertise, obviously, you have to know what you're doing, but you're automating
Even with AI, you know, with AI, you have to give the right prompts, or it's going to be a big old mess anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it certainly
It's
is.
like Star Trek. It's like you've got to when Kirk would trick the computers and make them blow up by giving them some logical fallacy or something. It's
Except
it's kind of
AI
the
comes
same thing.
pre-tricked.
Except AI will tell you the answer and be so confident in it. You're like, oh, I guess that's right. And then later you're like, wait a minute, none of this is correct. I have put in text like fiction text and said, can you summarize this for me, make an outline, and it will come up with some BS. I'm like, none of that is in what I just gave you. Where are you getting that from? And it's like, I'm sorry, I was doing this, and this. It's like, don't you? I gave you the thing. Why did you decide to hair off in some crazy direction and pull
Yeah,
from
AI
the
can be.
internet and all that? And it's like, oh, I just wanted to do it. I did it this way. Why?
I swear, I don't know why it does that, but it'll do that if you put your picture in there right now and you say, "Can you give me maybe like brown hair?" Right? It'll turn you into a Hispanic person or something. It's like, "Here you go, take that." Is that you?
Take that.
Because it turns me into an Asian woman because I have like the way my cheeks are shaped and the way my eyes are shaped, especially when I smile, like the AI picks up on it and goes, I'm turning you Asian. You are going to be East Asian.
I feel like
This is
you
what you're
should
going
be
to be.
Asian. Here you go. So this has long been probably one of the best views of the causeway. This building is quite large, multi-level building. Guess it's all one business. I've only ever been up towards the top because I don't know why you do any of the other levels. But it's always been kind of shabby, and they're finally remodeling it. They're not tearing it down. It doesn't look like. So I'm guessing they're just spoofing it up. But it's got such a great view, and I've always wondered why there's nobody has put more money into it. Anyway, it's got a good view of the causeway was the point. And the temple. It's low enough that you can actually see stuff at ground level. I just wanted to stop and show that. Sorry.
No, that's fine. That's the point of the channel here.
I don't know what the point of the channel is, Scott. I've got to be honest. It's just to update you guys and show you stuff and chat with you. And how that makes for a YouTube channel, I don't know. But I feel like we've got some cool stuff to show people. I don't think it's going to be a widely popular channel, but if somebody wants to see what I'm doing with life, then I can direct them here. Nobody has ever wanted
Sure.
that yet, but so I want to find a concise way to say that at the beginning of the video.
There should be a title card that just comes up and is like,
That's
like
a
at the
whole
beginning of things,
paragraph.
like yeah, like Unsolved Mysteries or something, where it comes up and it's like, these stories are based on actual events, or but something different. It's more accurate for what you're actually talking about.
We can just use that. These stories are based on actual events. We're filming them as I actually do them. It's not wrong.
They're completely based on actual events.
Yeah. Here's our first temple stop. Oh, I walked by we walked by a high school too. I forgot to show it to you guys. High schools aren't that amazing. Now, I don't know if it's coming through, or if maybe I'm just the only one that thinks it's as cool as all of this, but the lakes are so misty. Eric, if you go back, and it'll stay like this most of the day. This isn't like something that's going to go away, but it's extra misty at this hour. If you go back and watch those old Anthony Bourdain episodes when he came to Hanoi in his first show, a lot of their best shots are, I know they're of and around Westlake because it's misty and it's a big lake, and there's not that many big lakes here. And I know it's really cool. That's really what I want to capture by getting up this early. And Scott, you also can go back and look at Anthony Bourdain, but I know you're not a big fan, so I said Erica.
I mean, I don't think he's a bad person or anything. It's just not my bag.
Right, I know. You're not a
Oh,
you're
well,
not a super
I go
fan.
back and watch and then I'm like heartbroken and then I hate Asia Argento all over again like 5 seconds later.
I mean, he seemed
Just to
perfectly
note,
nice.
like he was a great, very troubled guy his whole life. I'm sure everybody knows that, but he was a good person to other people. You could see it in on and off the camera, right? You could see the stuff that he did, but and obviously it was his own decision to take his own life. But the fact that he sent a message to that woman just before he killed himself and says, "You were reckless with my heart," and then boom, he's dead. Yeah, and she's ugly and not even interesting, and that makes me angry. And he was with a good person just before her that like had him all healthy and working out and like feeling good. Ugh.
You,
And she's
I can def
untalented.
yeah, not the. Well, that was his second wife, right? The one that was healthy and good for him.
Do what?
The healthy wife. Well, he was never married to Asia
Yeah.
Argento, though, was he?
No, no, no. Those were just his girlfriends. Like the other one, I don't think he was married to that other one either, the health and fitness lady, but he was with her for a
Right.
while and he was like looking really good. Like the man already looked good anyway, but like he was looking really good. But yeah, then he was just dating her. And apparently she cheated on him or, whatever. And then that's what happened. But even on that, I haven't even watched or looked at any of the documentaries about him or read the stuff. I just read one account of where people's it's heartbreaking. When like Robin Williams died, I didn't watch his stuff for like 5 years. It's
Yeah,
probably time, I
yeah.
guess, but I have watched a couple of Bourdain travel episodes since then. But every time it makes me sad. It's like when I listen to Queen and I look at Freddie Mercury and I'm like, I can't believe he's dead and Trump is still breathing. And yeah, I said that. I say that about everybody though. Like
Just said that.
my neighbor's dog could die, and I could be like, man, I can't believe that dog is dead. Too bad it's not that Fatty Arbuckle. Freaking.
I kind of did the same thing with Kevin Conroy, who played Batman
Oh my God. Yes.
when
Yeah,
he
that's sad.
passed. With, I mean, Robin Williams
Oh,
too, but
he voiced him, right?
do what?
Kevin Conroy, was he the voice of that?
Yes, he was.
Animated?
Yeah, yeah. He passed, and quite a few years ago now, I think. But yeah, I don't know. That really affected me for some reason because, um, I don't know. He seemed like a really good person, and he struggled a lot, and apparently, and I love his performances. So that's all I know. But didn't know him personally, obviously. But he seemed like a nice man. I think he actually knew Robin Williams. I think they went to school together or something.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, I think that's right.
All those
Yeah, cool.
creatives and like good people probably, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I like it when I learn that some of my faves were buddies.
I think he
Favorite
said
buddy.
he roomed with him. I think like in a not in the same room, but like in an apartment with a couple other guys or something while they were in
Oh,
acting college or something or acting school. I can't think of the name of the school. I think that's right. I mean, you can look it up on YouTube. He tells the story, but he didn't know him long. I don't think they were real close, but they did ask him about it after Robin had passed.
Oh, they were at Juilliard together.
That's it. Thank you. I think Juilliard's also where Robin Williams met Christopher Reeve, who was they were really good
Kevin
friends.
Kevin Conroy used to be a hottie back in the day. I was like, wow, Christopher Reeve?
Yeah, he and Robin Williams were very good friends.
Wow, well, like that makes sense too. That's my Superman.
yeah. There really is no other suit.
They were, yep, at Juilliard also.
Well, we got monks doing monk stuff. Please
Oh,
cover your shoulders. Your
this is
short.
sweet. Williams visited Reeve in the hospital as a Russian proctologist to cheer him up
Yeah, that was after
after the
his riding
accident.
accident. Yeah, it was the first. They said he was the first one to make Christopher Reeve laugh after the accident happened.
Oh, I still did not watch this yet. It says their families remain close. The 2024 documentary Superman, the Christopher Reeve story explores their friendship. I've not watched that yet because it's heartbreaking about him and also heartbreaking about Robin Williams. So,
The thing about Christopher Reeve is he really could have just given up after that and not done anything, but he kept going. Like he was, I mean, he was in Smallville in a small role, you know.
hmm
He was big into activism for paralysis and spinal research and stuff like that. I mean, you know, he put his heart into it, into trying to help other people. And there's a lot to be said for that, I think. Just like Michael J. Fox with
Yes, I was
Parkinson's.
about to say that
Yeah.
because yeah. And he is that is a little badass right there.
Oh, yeah.
And I just really and he's working. He's about to be doing a new show, I think. I read something about him going on to do something with that. Also, not that I think that this guy is on the same level as them, artistically or like as legends or anything. There's that the actor that was in Grey's Anatomy, which I did not watch past like maybe a few episodes, so I don't know anything about the show. But that guy, Eric Dane is his name, but they called him Mick Steamy on the show. I hate that show. I really absolutely hate that show now because the way that people foam at the mouth over it, and it's still going. Y'all, that show is still on. It's like the longest running show. But anyway, that guy was just diagnosed with Lou Gehrig's disease. And he's about to portray a guy that was diagnosed with it and gonna run with that because he's rapidly losing his ability to walk and speak. So he's hurrying up and he's doing these roles.
Oh,
Glenn
wow.
Campbell, Alzheimer's. Glenn Campbell did a song, I'm Not Gonna Miss You, but it was a song to his children and his wife about how he loved them so much. But it's like the chorus is I'm not going to miss you, but it's obviously because he's literally losing his mind. These are things that are important for these entertainers to do, and they don't have to do it, but it is something that helps other people.
Right. Yeah,
But
exactly.
Probably helps them too
that,
deal with it.
yes,
Well,
and their families.
it's like Bruce Willis too. I mean, he was churning out so much just garbage
I know I was
films.
so pissed with people talking shit about him, and I was like, he's
Yeah.
clearly doing this for a reason. And I mean, because people only do that for quick money grabs, but I didn't think it was going to be that serious. And that is heartbreaking because I love Bruce Willis big time. He's one of my favorite. I've told you I own all of his crap that I can own on, well, I owned it. I did record some of it off of Amazon. I'm glad I did because it's not physical freaking media. I don't have all my Bruce Willis collection, so now I'm gonna have to like collect it again. Anyway,
The
but I'm serious. Like I even have like Seagram's wine cooler commercials saved in a little folder, like everything Bruce Willis.
I don't want to give their names here, but I have friends who are actors in the area, and you guys know who they are, but let's not call names. They were in a production with Bruce Willis. They had a small role, and he had basically a glorified guest role. And they said this was when he was getting ill, and they said, yeah, that he wandered off. Nobody could find him for a little while, and it was clear that he was not well. And they had talked to people who had been on another production with him before that, and they said, yeah, this is not an isolated incident. He wasn't well on that one either. And so, I mean, people were noticing it, but he just kept going until I guess he absolutely couldn't anymore, there's something to be said for that.
Yeah, they they knew. And they were giving him special. They would piece together his stuff, right? I'm pretty sure they were like, just doing what they could with it. But and I think that obviously people are like, oh, they were taking advantage of. No, that no one was taking advantage of him. He was trying to make as much money as possible while he could for his girls.
I think that's the case. Yeah. I mean, you never know. You hope he wasn't taking advantage of. You hope somebody was
Oh no, his
helping
wife
him.
said that he was,
Yeah.
doing because she's man, it's so good that he has all those women around him though that are
Well,
like,
I mean, Demi Moore sounds like she's just been an angel about all of it too.
yeah, because she supports his wife. I follow his wife. Well, I follow all of the women, all the girls, and they. I thought before he was even diagnosed, I saw a video of him and the girls, like the new girls he has with I think her name's Emma, but her and those little girls and his older girls going around with those little girls learning how to ride their bike. And I was like, oh, this family's close because that's an important thing. It's like a lot of, you see what I'm saying? Like they're
Oh,
all
yeah.
together.
Well, it's like Ben Affleck's wife, Jennifer Garner. Like, she apparently helped him while he was going through a rebout of his alcoholism and stuff like that
That is
after they
because she is
divorced.
a beautiful, wonderful person, and I love
Yeah.
her so much. Oh
That's
my
what I was going
God.
to say. Like, people don't usually do that. Like, that makes her a really good person to even want to keep doing that. Because I don't know if they share children or not. I
Oh
think
yeah,
so.
they have a couple
Okay.
of kids together.
I thought so. But yeah, and like my mom was telling me just not too long ago that people were giving Bruce Willis's wife crap about how they moved him, because he has to have constant
because he needs
care now.
care. Yeah.
Yeah. They moved him to like his own little dwelling on their property right next to the house base, almost like a detached mother-in-law suite or something is what it sounded like. And people were giving him crap, but they were like, no, we decided not to have him in the house because the kids, it depresses them to see their father like
And
that,
it
just to be so
distresses
sick.
him because he needs it. Like, if people aren't living it, they need to shut the hell up anyway. And even if they
Right.
are living it and they do something different with it, that's not their situation.
Well,
So they need to shut the shit up.
Well, I mean, I don't know the ins and outs of his condition, but the main part of the condition they always said was it was communication. It doesn't mean he can't see what's going on, that he's stressing him out and making him upset and all that stuff and want to do something about it. It's just he can't communicate with people to. So yeah, I mean, I was like, well, it's not like they moved him off to a home. I mean, he's literally right next door. They just don't have to. They have a separate space, so they don't have to have that in front of them all the time and look at how their dad's ill. And that's hard. It's hard to see. I mean, y'all know that. I mean,
Yeah, and people just always have some unsolicited, shitty opinion about things
Yeah.
anyway. Yeah, I'm looking back here at this. There's a lot of movies he did all in a row.
oh yeah. And one of the channels I follow, Red Letter Media, like they weren't really thinking that he was sick. They did a video about how he was churning out all this schlock, not long before it came out that he was sick, because they were looking at stuff that had already been produced and a year before, and it was just all this crap. And they were like, "Oh, poor Bruce Willis. He's how the mighty have fallen," and they were poking fun at him a little bit. And then it's like, oh man, they're had to eat some crow, I think, after everybody found out
Yeah, I
he was
hope
ill.
that they did go back
Yeah.
and say, "Oh, wait, yeah."
Yeah, I mean, they didn't mean it at the time. They didn't know. Nobody knew, but yeah.
Because there was no fall of his career. Like, he was doing great up until, like, because he did good in Death Wish. Nobody will ever be Charles Bronson, though, because those movies were like, ooh, look at that. What was that
that's
back there, Wesley?
The pagoda we've been at for 20 minutes.
That's a tall Abe pagoda.
I got that joke. I don't think I've ever seen one with those like, they're not ivory, but those ivory colored statues going all the way up. That's very awesome.
Whenever I see that, I think about how much work went into it, and I'm like, man, some poor people put that together, and it's still lasting. I'm guessing it was poor people. They're usually the ones that do all the hard work.
I don't think the rich folk were out there breaking
Yeah,
their
they're not
backs
out there.
over it.
Right. I mean, not even like upper middle class. It's always just the poors.
Sorry, I was trying to remain quiet because the monks or the worshippers, I think they're all monks, they were chanting.
We talked
In front
over
of
it.
Well, that's all right. Yeah, I'm sure you couldn't hear their chant.
Well, no, because we're talking over it.
Well, that too.
I feel
I
bad.
think it would have filtered it out, but yeah, it's not as tall as it looks. It uses some forced perspective, so it looks a lot taller when you're standing next to it. Yes, that's always true. Gonna get across the water here and turn back. So that brings me to the next point, which is I noticed StreamYard is having an advanced plan. I'm sure it's a teaser. It doesn't say that, but they'll let you do that. So if you guys are game, we may go back and see if they've made any updates to their software. Would you guys care if we switch back and forth on software a bit? Experiment, see which one we like.
Fine, yeah.
Yeah, it
Either
doesn't bother
way,
me.
we're still gonna get to look at cool stuff. I don't care
Pagodas.
which way we
Yeah.
do it. Cool
Yeah, okay.
pagodas.
I really like Riverside's a lot of the stuff that they do. They do a lot of stuff that StreamYard doesn't, but they don't seem to be holding up for the connection part. I think that is them because I have no reason to believe that it's my actual phone service data connection. I don't think that's the problem. So, um, any of them can get disconnected, but once Riverside has started doing it, it just does it over and over again until it does a final disconnect. So we may have started that already, and we'll see. I'm not sure why it's been disconnecting us, giving us such a bad connection. If it's going to do that consistently, we don't really want to use them. It's not for the recording. This is definitely a spot to go get your photos, though. It's the selfie spot for tourists. They come all the way out here to do it. But as you saw, it is alive and active temple as well. I enjoyed your talk about Bruce Willis.
Oh, well, thank you. I just
worked
guess we
real
were
hard
done.
on
Hard on it.
Thank you. I'm glad somebody noticed.
For celebrity stuff, so I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, it's concise format.
I don't consider myself to keep up with a lot of it, but here and there.
Those are my faves. Like the ones we just talked about were the ones that we liked. You know what I mean? Like I'm sure
Yeah.
there are other people. Wait, also, Matthew Sweet, the one that had like, get back in the arms of a good friend. That little song in the 90s, that little nice guy. He had a stroke a couple of years ago, and I just thought about it when I was just kind of humming that song in the kitchen. I was like, oh, wait, he had a stroke. I had like put it to the back of my head, just waiting to see if he was going to be okay, because I was hoping that he didn't die or was going to die. And I was like, oh my God, what if he didn't? I didn't notice. But nah, I would have definitely seen it in some kind of music thing I follow. But no, he's okay. He's in recovery. They just filmed something in January of him doing recovery from his stroke, and he had some type of a little concert in 2024. Anyway, that was important to me. I was like, that guy's okay. I'm glad. Also, the fact that, everybody that we grew up watching is either dropping dead or having massive illnesses. So, there's that.
Yeah.
Just to let you know, we're on the West Lake side now.
West side.
West side, West Lake. And if you come here for misty photos of Vietnam, you don't even have to leave Hanoi. I don't think you can see it. But I can just barely make out some of the tall buildings through the mist.
Oh yeah, I just see. Oh well, I see a little bit of it, like the. I
Like
don't
a
see a
silhouette.
cityscape. I just see, just a little tiny bit of something over there.
That's all I can see. I think people go up into the mountains to get these kind of photos, but shots. But tourists may not realize they could just go over to Westlake and get them. That's October to January. We've mentioned how this is the best weather time of year to come to Hanoi. I mean, the south is always hot, so if you come to Hanoi and you don't want to bake in August sun, it's a great time. It's still humid, obviously.
It seems like it's always going to be humid, so I mean,
That's correct. Yeah, don't really escape that.
yeah, you think of misty lakes, I think of Scotland and such, but it's interesting.
Oh, really? You don't think of like rice paddies with the mist
Nope.
and the
No,
mountains?
I literally thought of Lady of the Lake, Arthurian legend stuff, and
Yeah.
somewhere in Europe.
Loch Ness, yeah. Loch Ness and places like that, yeah. That's what I think of.
Misty, mist over the water look.
Smoke
But I
on the
do
water.
think of rain over there. Everywhere you've been in Southeast Asia, I think of heat and rain and some greenery too, though.
Like that mountain amusement park you went to where it was misty as hell up there.
Yeah, that's a little different. It's not really rice paddy, but yeah, it's definitely here, and it's always because of the humidity. It's not far away. That mist is not far away, except in the
Yeah.
hottest days of summer. You go up in the mountains, or if you're in the north during the fall and winter, yeah, it's everywhere. And
No, that made it really cool because there was all those like big stone like sculptures of hands and stuff like that, like looming out of the mist. Sometimes it was a little frightening. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it. I was glad we got that look. We went.
Oh
I don't
yeah.
think it's been the same on a clear day.
No, no, it definitely was very atmospheric. No pun intended.
Yeah. You guys want to go to the temple we've been to before?
Sure.
This would be the temple on the opposite side of the causeway. What we're on, by the way, is referred to as a causeway, and that is correct. That's how it's used today. So that's accurate. When I did read the history of it, it was not originally built as a causeway. It's not a modern thing. It was built in, I'm going to say like 700 years ago. Uh, and it was built to create Trúc Bạch Lake, the one I live on. They wanted to create a fishing lake where they could stock and fish for Hanoi. But this was like a fishing village here around this lake or the other lake, not this one, that provided fish for the citizens of the city. Ancient engineering.
I'm still getting used to Windows 11
Yeah.
on this new computer. Yeah. There's some things I don't like about it. Yeah, it's just little stuff.
Isn't there always? It's like they on purpose come up with something that people are just not going to like at first. And then things
Well, it's
used to it.
well, it's partly because I'm an old man and I don't like things that are different. But
I know too. I think that change all the time.
yeah,
No, you want things to change. I want you guys to look around where we're at right now. The intersection here, and there's a park across the street there, and the lake is there. Okay, we're gonna see some photos, hopefully, when we get over here that will challenge your mind, free your mind, open your mind. Actually, proper the intersections. It's fairly busy.
Eric, I'm sorry I haven't written anything on the book. Oh, thank you. It's on my to-do list. It's just like I need to do it immediately. It's the thing like I need to get this done today and it just keeps getting pushed back. But
Isn't it strange how the thing at the top of your list is the thing you never get to?
yeah, it seems like it. Because especially with this, it's like, well, I'll just go do this one thing for just a second, and then it turns into 50 of those one things that take just a second.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you wake up one day and realize you're almost 50 and have nothing done. Yeah.
It's correct.
If any of you out there are young people, let this be a warning.
Yeah,
It'll happen to you.
They don't
Makes-
even get it.
There's
God.
nothing more. My lesson to you is there's nothing more important than getting your checklist done. This is what I want
And you got to
people
make a damn checklist. Like, they need to learn early on how to make a list and complete the items on that list and manage their time properly, because the time will escape you, and then at some point you will not be able to do the shit you need to do or want to do. You know, I mean,
But if you
unless
wait
you're
even longer
wealthy,
than
then you
that,
can just do it. What?
if you wait even longer than that, you won't care about doing it. It's a waste of time anyway.
It's funny
We've been
because
here
it's
before, you
true.
guys, but we have an audio guide.
An audio god?
He has Morgan Freeman's voice.
See how much it is.
At least it's not something like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Hello, welcome to this temple. I'll be your host, Arnold Schwarzenegger, today.
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna open space to 60 minutes.
Wait a minute.
Come on. What are you waiting a minute?
I was looking at something on my desk. Sorry.
We don't have to wait. You do it. We would never even know.
Thank you. Oh, I thought you were encouraging me. Thank you.
Right. Did we give a name of this temple? Probably up here. Kwantan. Yeah. Kwantan.
we won't do the audio guide. You guys are gonna, since you guys already know everything about this temple. Erica, do you want to look it up? You want to see the name?
Yes.
Okay. It
You just told
is
us the
Dan.
name.
Yeah, but do you know
Oh,
how to
wait.
spell it? I thought you
Wait,
might
wait,
know.
go back to it because it's backwards on here. I have to look at it backwards. Hold on, let me see. Go over
Yep.
a little bit. I see.
P-H-A-N-H.
Wait, say it again because I'm gonna spell it out. Okay, let me look at it too. Okay, like go side to side on it, like you're gonna read it from front to back. Yeah. Den. Okay, I was trying to see. Okay, den. Hold on.
White in English. You want to focus on the Vietnamese?
Yeah.
Dan just means temple.
Uh-huh. Taoist temple in Hanoi, Vietnam, also known as Tran Vu Temple. It's a Taoist temple dated to the 11th century. It was dedicated to, I don't know, is that Xuan? I don't know. X. What's the X there? Xuan, Wu. Was what? Okay, like an S?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so Swan, Wu, and Tran Vu in Vietnamese, one of the principal deities in Taoism. I think is really pretty though. I like that. So that's okay. Construction started in the 11th century though, y'all. That's crazy. Is that crazy?
Oh, wow.
Time the city was formed. It's one of the oldest things in the city. And they are working on it during construction or seeing construction. Did you catch the entry fee? 10,000.
What? Isn't that $1? No, it's not even $1.
No, but
Yeah, it's even a fraction of that. That's crazy.
one of the few. Oh, okay. Did it say anything else about this temple?
Let me pull
Taoist.
up more.
It's from the 11th century. I thought you were going to be our audio guy.
Oh shit! I don't know how to do a Arnold Schwarzenegger accent.
What?
No, I don't think that's a good idea.
Okay, let me see if I can find the actual thing, like other than it just giving the whole little quick synopsis. Let me see. There's lots of them. Ooh, this is kind of neat. It says the north-facing temple is one of the 4 sacred temples built at each cardinal point to protect the capital from malicious spirits.
Mm-hmm.
That's neat. That's cute. I like it. I can't help but every time I read any of this, and I know this is not the same area or anything that has to do with it, but I think of Eddie Murphy and the Golden Child every freaking time there's a temple involved and something about spirits is mentioned, because, I mean, come on. Okay, let me go to Wikipedia. We're going to wiki it.
It's Wiki Wild.
Let's see.
Wiki Wild.
The temple's name means place, alternatively shop/restaurant of the gods. That's neat. Legend has it that, is it Kwantan Temple or Kwantan, something like that? Well, how is it pronounced?
I think Tang.
Kwantan?
Yeah.
Okay. It was established during the reign of Emperor Li Tai To. I could be getting that whole name wrong, but dedicated to the deity of Taoism, whose symbols of power are the serpent and turtle. Let's see. Yep, built in 4 directions, protect the capital from malevolent spirits. It says, wait, say that again. What is it again?
Kwantan.
Kwantan. Protects from the north, while the other 3 temples protect from other directions. Ma, it may be some other than just Ma, from the east, Kim Lien from the south, and Boy Phuc. Is it Phuc? Phuc. What is that? It's not fuck, is it? I know it's not. Okay, it's Phuc.
I call him Fook. I think it actually is fuck. I just can't bring myself to call a kid fuck.
Right. I don't want to be like boy fuck, but yeah. And then in Hanoi, there's also a second Tran Vu temple in the Gia Lam district. I don't know if I'm saying that right either. During the history, it's been renovated several times. Well, duh. Wait. This says, during its long history, it's been renovated several times, most recently in 1893. That's the most recent renovation?
Oh, wow.
I mean, they're renovating it now.
Okay, because I'm like,
Or
wait,
not
what?
update
I
Wikipedia.
mean, it still is
They're ripping up the gardens
standing the test of time, I guess,
interior
because
as well.
it's not a crumbling piece of crap, like, because they actually keep it up over there.
I thought they were finished because they had finished something on the outside. Not a good. That's not good logic. They're still working on it. Yeah.
The temple currently has writing in literary Chinese due to the adoption of literary Chinese after Vietnamese independence from China during the 17th century. Portuguese missionaries began to write the Vietnamese language using the Latin alphabet. In the early 20th century, Vietnam adopted the Latin alphabet for their writing. Nowadays, only a few Vietnamese can read and understand the ancient Chinese characters. That's neat.
Terry was talking about this years ago. He was like, "They should go back to the old Chinese better." Well, maybe, but nobody knows it. Also, you know who invented uh, current script, Western script?
No, wait, but you got really quiet. I heard, do you know who created the Western script? That's what you said, right?
Yeah, that is, yes.
Okay. Okay. Oh, now I hear you really good. Okay.
Because I thought it was the French, but it wasn't.
Wait, who?
It was a Portuguese
Yeah, yeah.
Jesuit missionary.
Yeah, that's what it just said. It said Portuguese missionaries began to write the Vietnamese language using the Latin alphabet. That's crazy. I didn't know. I thought it was a Frenchy thing too because those colonizers choose your colonizer.
Maybe that's why it's not negatively associated with the French. If they didn't actually invent it, it was a Portuguese. Again, they didn't colonize here. He just stopped by and went, looks like you need a language. Here, let me give you one.
That is so neat. I would like to delve into that and see
Yeah.
why and for various purposes, I'm sure. But let me go ahead and copy and paste that. Hold on, or I'll never remember to do it later. I'm gonna put it up in this. I've got 30 tabs going on over here, y'all. But that's just how it goes.
Did you ever switch to opera?
I did not. Look, Tana did, but she lost something on her thing, and I was like, "Oh my god, what?" But I'm not doing any kind of like drawing things and stuff like that online, so I don't think I'll lose it if my tab goes out or something happens in Opera. I need to have my stuff organized on here because right now, because my brain holds the tabs open, I can't explain it, but right now I know from left to right what I have on my computer in these tabs. You know what I mean?
Oh, you
And
definitely have
so
a
it sounds like we're doing an opera commercial, and I love it.
I am not being paid for this advertisement, but
Not a sponsor, but he would sure need one. How about that, opera?
yeah, definitely. If anybody starts watching this channel, we'll hit them up as a sponsor. Erica, I had to close the Opera browser the other day, which I don't even like doing that. It opens everything back up right where you were as long as you have that setting on. Um, it's not a problem, but I still get nervous. I'm like, I don't want to close it. But I had to close it the other day, and the message that popped up was, "You're closing 100 tabs." I just
Oh my
never
My
close a
God.
God.
tab anymore.
Oh
I
my
had,
God.
they're all, and it's just organized. Just leave them open. Although it does eat up some memory if you're actually going back and forth using them. But that's why I had to close it. So I was like, okay, I don't use them all at the same time. I just need them open because I don't want to forget what I was doing. And I was doing a different thing, literally.
Oh, I even have it like to where I'll copy something and I haven't pasted it yet, and I'll still be carrying on a conversation with someone, and then I'm ready to copy, like to paste it somewhere, and that's in my brain. So the tabs are open and the copy paste is in my head to be done. It is insane.
You keep up with what's on the copy paste.
Yeah, in my head, like right now, I just copied that, but I haven't pasted it yet about the Portuguese thing. Now I'm going to paste it. And like all this time I was talking, now I'll go boom, and then there it goes. You see what I mean?
Okay,
Like,
so, sorry to bring us into the real world for a second, but there is one unique coffee shop, and I didn't even think about it until we started to walk by it on this lake, and it's the Highlands Coffee. That's their Vietnamese Starbucks, basically, which is to say better than Starbucks, but it's a big chain all over the country. and they happen to have a really neat coffee shop. It's a big boat that they built their coffee shop onto, and it affords a great view. It's got a second level. You guys want to polish off the video, finish it off there?
Yes. I
Sure.
remember seeing this before. Didn't we talk about this before? I feel like I did.
I mean, I walk by it every time we do an episode around the
Yeah,
lake.
because I remember trying to look that
Can't
up.
miss it.
I remember that one in our repertoire from like some talking and walking. Yeah, that looks neat too.
It's pretty cool. I like it. I mean, I like Highlands coffee, but there's so much good coffee. I don't really end up going much.
I'll be right back.
Simple way to spend when you can't drink it all.
Oh, Scott left. That's why you guys aren't talking anymore.
Oh yeah. He said, "Hold on a second. He'll be back in a minute." Okay, so I have the Portuguese thing pulled up too. That's pretty cool. I was also about to look into, this is like months ago that I was going to look into Korean language because, it's got a lot going on there. But first, I've got to do all kinds of crap. And then I also, because I told Amazon to screw off like a while back when they tried to screw me out of $600, they did also make it to where I can't get to my Pimsleur, my Spanish stuff. And I had a whole lot of that on there, so I'm pissed about that.
That's one reason I don't like the way things go now. That when you buy a book, when you buy a movie, when you buy whatever.
Yep, I was just talking. Yep, I was talking to Scott about physical media is important. Now, a lot of these things I have like recorded, which you're not supposed to, and I was like, suck my butt, because I've got some of them. But like, obviously, I didn't record all the Pimsleur things. You know what I'm saying? That sucks. And you need physical media because all they're going to do is yoink it,
So you have to buy it again. That's exactly why they do it.
But see, they don't understand that once I've gotten it yoinked, I'm definitely about to pirate that shit. I'm going to sail the 7 seas, matey, and they ain't ever getting any money out of me now.
Yeah, that's why honesty, all that sort of stuff that they want you to. It's not like stealing cable used to be. They want you to feel bad because they're losing money. I'm not advising anyone to do this. If it's illegal, it's illegal. Laws are made to protect them, so I don't advise anyone to do it. But I certainly don't give a shit if they do. Like, this company, who cares about them? When
If they wanted to retain any kind of income from this, then they should probably make an ongoing way for you to access your things that you have purchased from them. So if they don't, that's on them that they didn't do it. And I'm going to get whatever I need. Turds.
You should always be able to access whatever you purchase. That should be written in the law. Again, the law were written for the consumer instead of writing it for the corporation. You should always be able to purchase.
Now, since that shit was resolved, like the bank, what we did was a chargeback because they acted like at Amazon, they acted like, oh no, it was just a hold. It's an authorization hold. No, sir. Y'all took that money out on the 19th and then you took it again for me on the 27th. It wasn't an authorization hold. You double charged me and I'm going to take my money back. Now, if I were to go in there right now and say, okay, is this resolved? I would go ahead and get back on there. That they no longer have access to the bank account that we have now. Anyway, we changed the card that they had access to anyway, and then they could go from there, and I could use a prepaid reloadable debit card that only has a finite amount of money. They can't take anything from it. You know what I mean? I would do that just to get my Pimsleur back, but also I ain't doing all that, so I'm just gonna rip it off, and there you go. I mean, I don't have to have Pimsleur. What I'm gonna do is probably a college course anyway for my Spanish again, because they have some free ones online that are just fine, and then do the practice of the speech and stuff like that with Pimsleur, because it's really I like to have the foundational courses anyway, and then learning about the speaking and listening. Then I'll do immersion, but that costs for you to talk to people for immersion learning, so. That's I'm not going to waste anybody's time trying to dive into it when I need the basics first. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Online look like that. Like a real person in me. Some of it, I'm like, that's not going to do any good. I don't understand one word people are saying. Actually, living the
Right.
I would know at that level. I am not.
Yeah, once you get to that, then obviously it's good to go from there. You know what I mean? Like if I'm at a basic speaking level to where I can understand at least part of what they're saying and then piece it together, then, like a whole bunch of it would be me saying, ¿qué? ¿Cómo se dice? And then, stuff like that,
Yeah, it's just talking with someone who just speaks that language and you're trying to understand what they're saying versus a teacher that speaks both languages and can help you and is teaching you in a lesson.
Right. Now, there are
Yeah.
some people like that obviously when you're doing immersion stuff and they do speak both, but those will, oh my god, I'm so in love with you.
That's hilarious. I do it now. You've heard it before. I
That's so cute they're playing that, but uh that is a sound on TikTok. So there's a whole bunch of 20
do.
somethings that just think it's a sound and not a fucking song from years ago. I hate young people. No, but seriously, I hate vapid young people. A lot of them do catch on. You know what I mean?
I told you that my 12-year-old nephew, like I was taking him home from our house one day, and he was like, he wanted to turn on some music, and he had his tablet out, and he was like, I'm gonna turn on my Weezer playlist, and I was like, I'm sorry, you're what? He's like, yeah, I've got this playlist from the band Weezer. And I was like, the one from like the 90s and the 2000s? He's like, yeah. And he goes through the list. I'm like, yeah, I know who they are. I can't believe this.
At least he knows who they are.
Well, no, like he said, yeah, they're like one of his favorite bands or one of the, he only listens to the stuff that was on the radio, I'm sure, but like the big hits. But like that's what John listens to, and they know stuff from like the 70s and the 80s, obviously, because that's the stuff that's being played in movies now. But yeah, it's great that they know all that.
Yes. Well, also, I think it does help if their parents, and also wait. One of your nephews is musically inclined anyway, so they're
Yeah,
going to be a little bit different than like the typical little vapid kid that might wear like a Bob Marley shirt but know not a damn thing about Bob Marley. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
they're going to know the stuff.
Well, no, like the middle nephew, who is a sophomore in high school, I think. He's been in band big time ever since middle school. Like he's a big band person. And then the youngest has also started doing band in middle school. I don't think he's in it quite as much, but obviously they both know what they're doing. So yeah.
I loved my time in the band and I wish I had stayed in beyond just my 5th and 6th grade because when we moved, I had the choice of doing that, but then it was that or scholastic stuff, and because I was like, why couldn't I do both? Why didn't y'all let me be smart and do band like at the same time in this middle school? But we were in the middle of nowhere in South Carolina, but I played flute and clarinet, and I could play saxophone, but they kept saying my hands were too small, and I was like, you people suck assholes. But all the finger placement is the same for the flute, clarinet, and saxophone. But anyway, I think that is really helpful for kids to, a foundation of actually appreciating music and knowing it beyond what's just pumped into your stereo. You know what I'm saying? And also, these kids have the advantage of having stuff at their will at all freaking times. Like they could be like, I wonder what this song is, and then go from there. But the problem
Right,
is
yeah.
that most of them don't give a shit where the song came from, and then they're like, oh my god. But like when we were in high school though, and Faith Hill did the cover for Piece of My Heart from Janis Joplin, and one of those rednecks in class was like, oh, I like this song, and I was like, that is not the original singer of that song, and that song sucks with Faith Hill, and I like Faith Hill. She's a nice person, whatever. That is Janis Joplin, homie. And I was like, you gotta know that. Oh, but
You
real
gotta
quick,
know.
that song was Connie Francis, R.I.P. Connie Francis. She died in July this year. Just wanted to say that, that little pretty little baby song in the background.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, yeah. Because one thing I did notice is a lot of the people that were using her sound, a lot of those youngins were also posting an RIP to her back. So I'm not completely upset with the youth of today because some of them are good, and they
The rest
try.
will have to get rid of.
Yeah, throw those in the trash.
Well, I
Like,
mean, I try not to do the same thing old people have done throughout history, which is grumble about the youth and how they're worse and awful and don't know nothing. And people do the same thing about us, and those kids will do the same thing about the generation after theirs. And
right.
just,
And all of them will
American
think that
dream,
they're going to be
that's
young.
vintage.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, where they, oh my God, another thing, I don't think they do, I really, really seriously don't think they do this in other countries. This whole thing about millennials and Gen X and Gen Z, I hate that shit. Like, to
mhm.
the point of which I want to choke someone when they only when they refer to that, like a generational thing, because I've noticed that it is not, because they'll say it's the Gen Z stare. And I'm like, actually, like, I remember people doing that way back in the day. It's just that people at this point don't have any time for people's bullshit. So when there's a Gen Z stare, it's really that they're not going to take your shit. You know what I mean? But the millennials or Gen X or boomers even have to come up with something about it, be like, oh, you guys are so different than we are. And I'm like, well, you know what? You had a little bit more time to maybe give a bit better customer service because your house only cost $35,000 marge. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot going on there, is what I'm
Well,
saying. And the kids, there's always going to be kids that are in tune with what happened before them and actually interested in it and then go from there. And then there's always going to be the vapid ones that are just kind of just rolling with it and then never think that they're going to get old, but they will. And it's going to slap them in the face.
and I'll come out and say, I'll say, rolling. You mean like that Limp Biscuit song? Keep rolling, 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 rolling. So let's get you
Hey,
back to the home, Grandpa.
they just had a new song out, by the way. Limp Bizkit, Fred
God.
Durst. Yeah, it's, hold on. It says Morgan Wallen in the lyrics, but there's only literally, it's the name of it has Morgan Wallen in it, but he only mentions Morgan Wallen at the very end of the song, and also Morgan Wallen's an asshole. But anyway, here, let me.
Who?
Morgan Wallen, he's a racist singer, country singer.
Okay.
That's all I have to say because I don't even
I'm a
know any of his stuff.
racist.
I mean, you kind of repeating yourself there. It's a little bit. I mean,
I mean, some of them are
Sure.
not. You know what I mean? There's a lot like
it seems like the younger
Musgraves,
people
that
are
little
not.
young one. The
Yeah.
guys always will be though, unless there's been a couple, and I gotta commend him. I don't know any of these guys, so I don't know who he is. But this one country dude that's Morgan Wallen's age was like, guess what? Don't be pricks. Stop being xenophobic, asshole, racist. And people are like, what? You know, it's just it's not the norm for them to not be racist though. But yeah, Limp Bizkit released a new song called "Making Love to Morgan Wallen." That makes me laugh thinking about the name of it. But yeah, it's just stupid.
Is it the love
But
song of J. Alfred Prufrock?
my God, I felt bad for him, man. I'm like, you know what though? If J. Alfred Prufrock would get the ladies now, all he'd have to do is go on a dating site and have some money. I mean, if he was poor, I can't remember if he was poor or not. I know that he was aging and he noticed that he was, and he was like awkward and wanted, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, but yeah. Anyway, I think about that every time I see
I don't remember
older
the
people
first thing
dating.
about the love song of J. Alfred Prufrock. Couldn't
I
tell
rem-
you anything.
I remember that it was a funny name to say,
Prufrock, yes.
but no, I don't
Oh,
remember
y'all
anything
don't.
about the poem
Oh,
itself.
you don't? Oh
No, I
no.
don't.
It was like no, no, no. Like I picture him. I
Proof.
remember him supposed to be balding
No, no, no.
and
You can keep telling us about it, but we won't know what you're talking about because we don't remember it.
no, I know. I'm just saying he was
Oh,
like
okay,
just feel bad for the guy because
okay.
he was what do you he's thinking about uh romancing someone, but obviously he's not going to be able to because he's old and uninteresting or something like that. I remember feeling bad for the dude when I read it
Oh
way
no,
back
this
in the
sounds like
day.
my freaking autobiography. Hang on.
But it's also really pretty what he's saying to the would be woman that he would have. Let me see if I can find it because
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, it's T.S. Eliot. I'm sure you can find it free of charge somewhere.
oh yeah. Oh, I mean, like I was trying to find like a little breakdown.
Break it down.
Here, I grow old, I grow old. I shall wear the bottoms of my trousers rolled. Shall I part my hair behind? Do I dare to eat a peach? I shall wear white flannel trousers and walk upon the beach. Stuff like that. I love the way that sounds. You know what I mean? But I pictured. Let me see. Um.
That was T.S. Eliot, by the way. What was I reading or looking up about? What was I looking up the other day that was by T.S. Eliot? Was it The Hollow Men? I think that might have been it. Yes, that was it. I reread that very quickly the other night, and I was like, wow, this is despondent, really.
What is the words I'm trying to think of here? J. Alfred Prufrock it was like him not having, where he didn't take chances in life or the about progress. It's definitely about like, being middle-aged and feeling like you haven't accomplished what you wanted to
Oh, was he a
accomplish.
beta cuck? Is that what he was?
Start the animals. Oh God, but it was about unfulfilled potential is what I'm saying for him. And
Was it a dream
and
deferred?
he's he's not gonna like a raisin in the sun, no sir.
He's gonna
This guy
Langston
had
Hughes
more.
that mess.
This guy had more opportunities than that man in the Dream Defer.
Oh, I wonder why. I wonder what was
You
different.
know what? That would be a good freaking thing to compare the two because guess what?
Thank you.
This man had all opportunity for his dream and the other dream deferred. You get what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, the unfulfilled potential because, the apathy and then the
Well, and then
yeah,
you
see,
could
it says
also.
Prufrock is trapped by his anxieties, his fear of social judgment, profound sense of inadequacy, preventing him from taking meaningful action or forging general connections with others.
Wait, stop.
Yeah.
No, stop
What?
saying that stuff because you're just describing me and it hurts my feelings.
Well, it describes a lot of people.
I'm going to put a trigger warning on the love song of J. Alfred Prufrock.
But this is, I think, like, would you bringing that up is like really, really. What is the word for that? It's not prescient, right? Is that the word for it?
Could be.
Come on, hold on. Let me. Like,
You mean like
knowledge of events before they take place? No, it wouldn't be that.
Yes.
It's like what is it? Because this is like it was prescient for T.S. Eliot is what I'm saying for saying. Let me find it because it's about okay. Here's a good thing. Suggests that for all the wealth and technology comforts for modern life, there's something profoundly alienating about this new way of experiencing the world. That right there.
Well, that is
But
prescient.
apply it with social media and internet and the way that people interact now.
Yeah,
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, I think that is prescient. I think that qualifies the word.
Yeah.
Sure, you could certainly apply it to that.
Yeah, sorry. I'm just making y'all a part of my non-existent English probably 3000 level class.
Oh, that's fine. Can we just go ahead and form one? Can we?
That would be fun.
I
Let's
would
do it.
love
Let's have an
that.
English class. Let's do it. Where we talk about something, some short story or poem or novel at some point. That would be great. Let's do the undergrad English. I don't want to do graduate English because it's too much writing. We'll do the undergrad English.
I'm not
Meeting.
writing anything. I mean, no, like I used to love literary analysis, and
Yes.
so oh God,
I mean, I had every English class except for of the highest level ones to get the English degree. Like if I went back at KSU, I could take 4 classes and I'll have my English degree. And I should have done that. Well, 4 English classes, I still would have like 5 other upper levels that would make the whole degree. You know what I mean? So 2 semesters and I could finish it. I should do that anyway, but not through KSU because they're expensive as shit. But I could transfer everything and probably do it. But
Do it.
I loved it. And then I was trying to see how I could get work after that. And then I was like, oh, I'll switch to health. Nobody gives a shit if you are intelligent and can write or read, and they sure as hell don't care about health in the United States. So I was
Let
like,
me
man, I should have just done engineering, I guess. I
let
don't
me
know.
tell you what you can get with an English degree, and that's a lot of trouble.
An ulcer.
So if you're doing it for the money, don't. You got to do
Well, I
it for
mean,
the
I was just
love.
gonna do exactly what you do. I was gonna do some technical writing, but like that would have been nice. Like I think,
Sure.
like, hold on, I'm
No,
putting
I used to.
moisturizer on. Sorry, y'all.
I used to love like discussing like poetry and stuff like that, and
Yes.
especially in college where you could actually sit with a smaller, well, at Barry because it was a smaller group of people, um, especially in the higher level classes, and you could actually have a discussion, and it was, oh my God, those were so intellectually stimulating for me.
I know. I know.
It
Well,
makes
the
my
only intelligent
hypothalamus
conversation
hard.
I ever have with you, hypothalamus.
Yeah, it's my hyperthalamus.
But like most of the only intelligent conversation that I have about anything is with you and Wesley at any point in time, or unless I'm having a conversation with the kids. Um, because I don't go anywhere or do anything other than be at home. But also, even if I did go somewhere, nobody's going to have a J. Alfred Proof rock reference. Only Scott would do that.
I was no,
But that
no.
was one of the ones that means something to me. That's why I was like, oh my God, this is exactly about, this ties into what we were just talking about. And I was like, oh, I've got to say it. I've got to get it out there. But I was in an, I wrote a paper about Walt Whitman, and I actually wrote like 5 papers about Walt Whitman, but this one, this particular one was just a small essay, and I don't even remember what it was for, but I know it was in Frank Miner's class, so it was like a 3,000 level class, right? There were some people that were struggling in there, and there was this girl up at the front. There was also another Erica that sat at the back with me, and she was younger, but she had been 10 years younger than me, so she was very, and she's like 21, and she was very, very smart. Okay. And Frank Miner was cracking up because he knew that I was like flirting with that girl. But anyway, like, but I was like, she's too young. And he let us be giggly in the back because we were cracking up because people would say stupid shit in there, but they were trying. So we were trying to be really quiet about it. And then he had me read my analysis about, I want to say, like uncut hair of graves, right? I was making an analysis about that one little bit, right? And I said something, and I read a bit of what my paper was, and this girl up front says something about, really, like, you're right, and that is like, that's so great. And she goes, maybe it was like, do you think it was like blah 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 blah, and whatever she said. And I was like, you're right, you're on to something there. I don't know what the hell she was talking about, but she was trying to really make it go, you know what I mean? And that girl turned to me and she was like, oh, bless. She goes, I hate it when they try to think critically. And I think about that all the time because it was so freaking funny. But she just said it to me, and that was it. But that was funny. Also, Frank Miner allowed me to have the kids in there. They slept under the table while I finished out my tests. I had 2 tests to take in there because I had missed one because Mama died. And he let me have the kids in there. They slept under the table at the desk up the front, and then that Erica girl took Jacob to go shoot pool while I finished out my other test. And so those were meaningful things. That was really nice. So that was definitely in 2004. It was after Mama died. It might have been 2005. No, not 2000. Yeah. It was 2005. Frank Miner. There you go. And I also gave him a Dolly Parton record from 1977, I think, something like that, because he was like really into Dolly Parton, and he was super queer. And I was talking to Linnell Daniel, who is now dead. That was my mentor. She was the chair of the English literature, all that department there. And, she became the chair. She wasn't the chair yet. She was just my professor in another class. And I just talked to her every day. I already posted about her on my page. I'm going to send you that, but she was friends with him. And I was like, he is so pretty. She's like, oh, but honey. And I was like, oh, I don't have any designs on him. Obviously, he ain't with me. He ain't going for my team, like, I was like, it's just funny. And she was cracking up. She's like, oh, you could tell? And I was like, I mean, I can tell, yes, obviously. Oh my God, y'all. 3 times while I've been just talking about random shit just then, somebody in the interwebs is trying to actively steal money out of our old account. A transaction for $96 at DoorDash was declined because you no longer have this account. Yes, because somebody did that shit before and we got rid of that account, you assholes.
Oh,
Man,
guys,
but
I
I'll
hate
tell you
to,
what, Navy Federal's been really good at giving us our money back. Oh, but go ahead.
I hate to do it, but I have a class online in about an hour, a little under an hour, and I want to be able to get back and get ready for it. Um, Thank you for joining me. Great. I think it went a lot better this time. We'll just get disconnected. It's not like it on wood. I hope the sound was better this time. Strangely, it's perfectly clear right now. I hear no scratchy scratch. So I'm
Wait,
not.
wait. And Wesley, the view that we
Yeah.
have right there, if you
Yeah.
didn't know where Wesley was right there, does that not look like you could think it would be like Jersey or something? Like you can't tell where it is, but you because you don't know, but like just that little view because I can't really see it off the
Yeah, that
distance.
looks
You
like
just
it
see a
could be
city.
a lot of different places. Yeah, mostly
Yeah.
because it's all gray.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like it would be a photograph that you'd see in just like a stock picture of something. I don't know. I like that.
Good.
Anyway,
That's exactly what I wanted while we chat. So we could just have the chat and have a nice view on the screen. That's really my goal for this. Watch where you step.
but I'm also glad you mentioned that mist thing because I was literally going to make a mention of Lady in the Lake and it all like just some like I don't know. That's what it reminded me of. Lady of the Lake, not in the lake. I guess she can be in it. You know, she is.
It kind of has to be both.
She enjoys the light. Yeah, I think we made a couple of references between here and the Arthurian legend. This turtle sword god.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love that story. But I like Arthurian legend and comparative literary
Yeah.
analysis.
See, that's another thing we could do. I'm telling you, we could have like a whole thing
I
going
mean,
on.
you guys can use this space for that. We're just here to chat. So if you guys want to have your literary meeting twice a week on this YouTube channel, feel free, go right ahead. I would love that. I have to go right now, but I've got some stuff planned for next week. I hope you guys will join for it.
Oh, Erica, can you hang out for a minute after Wesley has to go? Because you and I need to talk about. Speaking of writing stuff,
Yeah.
it's our note. So
All right, well, thanks for watching to anyone that made it this far, and there'll be another one out probably in a few days. Talk to you guys later. I'm really going to stay on, but talk to you guys later.
okay, bye.
Bye.
YouTube magic.